Taurus, welcome to your weekly reading going from the 4th through to the 10th of July here on the Astroflower. That's where I'm at. See that dog? I want to be doing the same as him. I think we all want to be doing the same thing. Summer's here. I'm in a beautiful spot. I hope you get the best out of your reading. I really do. You're looking like you're starting to kick and be on fire, Taurus. Really starting to get into your flow, as it were. Let's just see what's going on with the overall energies for this week. Chariot, as I said, I think you're starting to kick. I felt it last week, but I didn't really want to say anything too much, simply because it was on the cusp and I didn't want to preempt sort of thing. But I think this week here, certainly on your material side of life, I think it's going to be going a lot quicker. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be simple. This is what I'm getting off the Chariot. There's going to be a lot of stuff to do, but it's setting the yardstick, like the reference in a way. You're putting things, you're bedding things in here really, and there may be little things that you need to work out around you at the moment. On the relationship side, it's progressing, it's opening up, it's becoming a lot more sort of solid, almost as if like there's like things. It's almost as if finally there's been a little bit of something that's unblocked itself. Like, I don't want to say an unblocked drain, but it's a bit like, you know, all of a sudden the cogs are starting to turn. That's what I'm getting off it. Okay, so on your relationship side, you get on the karmic path, you get the Seven of Cups, following the evident path, following what you should be doing, following your sentiment, your feelings, but also your intuition, combining the two, really just following the evident path as you go forward. I think that's going to be really good for you. I think because you've got slight complications within your financial side, I think in the relationship side, this is why you've got to be following the plan, as it were, allowing the cogs to start moving by themselves in certain senses. It's because you're going to be preoccupied, I think, on the other side. Let's just see how the universe is offering up. They say you've done this journey, you've already worked it out within you, what you want, how you want it, what sort of relationships you want to live, and this could be sort of with family, friends, community, your partner, anything really, and you know what you want, and this is what you got to follow, and the universe is encouraging you to do that. That lantern has got the star card in it. It's also the star that is at the top of this card here, the Chariot card. That's what's guiding him. And it's coming in quickly, so if you allow things to start moving almost by itself, by your own understanding of what you want, because that is your star card that's guiding you, it's your dreams and aspirations. And the universe here is sort of saying, just keep an eye on the stars, just keep an eye on your star, keep following the star, you know, just like those three wise kings, you know what I mean? That sort of thing, it's you know it, okay? How's your past, how's your guides here influencing your karmic path? They're the guides that sort of like influencing a lot of things that are going on around you, that they can see a lot easier the past and connect it to the future. You got the Ten of Cups. Yeah, I think if you allow it to happen, I think it's going to be fine. I think it's going to be really, really good actually in regards to your relationships. That's very strange. You had the Six of Wands and then the Eight of Wands. So a lot of messages coming in here. This could, if you let it free up and you give people the space, maybe it's allowing things to happen by itself, following that path naturally, so people actually convey their information to you. That's what allow people to open up to you. I think that could be really good actually, and I think it's going to make you feel yes about life in regards to relationships. How is the guides offering? What are they talking about in the front? Yeah, they're saying you've been carrying maybe a bit too much. Maybe you haven't really been paying too much attention, and you've been concentrating on your material side, as Tauruses often do because they work so hard. But I think your future self is sort of saying, as these cogs free up, let go of a few things. Don't be so, you know, stringent upon yourself. Therefore, sort of, you know, stringent upon other people as well. Don't create too many barriers that's going to stop you from going on. If you need to just relax, just let the things flow and just allow things to just sit where they are for the time being, I think that's really good for you. I think that's going to really help you out. Let's just see what the overall outcome is for the relationships. You've got the 9 of Pentacles that come out. I think this is what breeds out of that allowing the cogs to turn. All of a sudden you're going to realize that actually there's a lot of opportunities here within your relationships around you that happen all by themselves. The fruits are growing by themselves and you're connecting with everything that is around you. Yeah, allow it to happen. Allow it to happen, Taurus. On the material side, you get the 7 of Wands. This is what I was talking about. The 7 of Wands is taking that one wand, which is the path, the passionate path, evident path that you should be going on. You know what you should be doing in the way of work inside you, and you should be following that. If you do follow that, yes, you're going to have to, you know, open that pathway. It's going to take a little bit of determination from your side, you know, a little bit of butting one's head up against administration or things like that. But you're going to get through because you're backed by the 6 of Wands, the success. You can taste it, or you've tasted it already. You know what it's like. Therefore, you should be just grabbing that wand and going on. That your karmic path is here to sort of say, get your head down and push through, I think. The universe here is got the Knight of Wands. This is really lovely. The universe here is bringing in a lot of passion in accordance to your job, your business and your projects. And with that passion, that's the passion, the fire that's at the base of you, Taurus, which is in this section here of Taurus. You know, that's that fire. Allow it to come through. You've got enough earth to carry on through. And that passion is really going to sort of push you on to open those doors and to, you know, get the flow going through your business. Deal with any complications that you might have, and being passionate about it. The universe is trying to encourage that within you. On the your guides, which are advising you, sort of like your past guides in a way. Now they advise you from the past to the future, they can see this karmic path. They're sort of saying things that may come up that you didn't see coming, basically. You know, it's just like everything's going along swimmingly and a tire blows out, so you got to change your tire. But it's not the end of the journey. It's not you're out of the race, everything like that. You just got to change the tire. That's the sort of thing I think is coming up with regard to the moon here, because it's going on quickly. You're not going to be able to see everything as it arrives. And your guides as well are sort of saying, you know, don't forget to allow space for the unseen. I think that's what they're saying here. You've got the Hierophant, yeah, up in this section here, which is taking you on. The Hierophant is all about knowledge, understanding in a spiritual sort of sense. This is a karmic mission that you should be going on in regards to your job, your business and your projects. You know what you've got to do in order to achieve your success. And it's a case of applying it. It's also a way of showing the rest of the world that I can do it. That sort of attitude there. And everybody around you will learn from you. They were sort of like saying, look at Taurus, man, they're really pushing out a good pathway in regards to their finances. And it is coming in quickly for you, I think. And I think you're going to be able to deal with the unseen, but you've got to deal with it. It's part and parcel of the human administration and life, as it were. So the moment you sort of open up to that, things are going to really start. Then you can go on a whole new journey. I think this is where, this is by the end of the week, and this is what it's leading into. The fall is a leap of faith. I think it's the case here is once you've put some of the administration, some of the sticking points, you've corrected any of the sticking points that are in place, all of a sudden you're going to get to a point where you're going to say, okay, now I've arranged that, I've got to take it a step further, and that's going to take a little bit of a leap of faith from yourself. I have every faith in that you will do that, because you know where you're going, because you have that 7 of Wands at your base. That leap of faith, I think, is going to be really good for you. Let's just do a bit of clarification on the Light Seers card. Thank you very much for being with us, Taurus. Absolutely beautiful. Do appreciate your support, subscribing, sharing, clicking the bell, commenting, anything you like. Absolutely brilliant the way you support us. I do have on in the description below, you can grab me a cup of coffee if you so desire. And also at the same time, there is links down below to private readings that you can book up at your own leisure. And we will see each other at some point in the booked reading. Let's just get on with the clarification here. The Chariot card, you've got the Five of Wands. Normally I wouldn't say it's a card that it's all about struggle and fight, but I think it's like, yeah, you've got to fight for it. I think in a way, I don't mean fight, you know, I think you've got to be sure about it. Where you're going, you've got to have that conviction. And I think that learning curve, because the Five of Wands is a bit of a learning. It's a learning about being the best example of yourself as well. And I can't see conflict between you and another person per se. It may well be. But I see it more sort of like conflict and between you and you know, like another business or something like that. And it's not open conflict, it's more sort of like competition, I would say. And I think you're going to enjoy that. I think you're going to find that really healthy. It's going to give you that encouragement to go through. With the Seven of Cups, you get the Queen of Cups. Let yourself shine along that pathway in regards to your relationships. Just radiate your, you know, your emotions, your assurance, your persona. Just radiate it as you walk down your path. Allow the cogs to sort of start opening up for you. With the Hermit, you have, yeah, this is what I'm saying about sort of walking away from conflicts that don't, you know, that doesn't serve you. But here is like the universe is sort of saying to you, sort of say, walk forward, allow the cogs to stop trying to force things. You know, I'm not saying you force relationships and stuff like that, but you know, you don't have to force it. Allow it to come to you, I think, more than anything else. Because that's what that Ten of Cups is all about. You've got two tens on here, so it's a real accomplishment. It's a moment of realization, really, by your guides, where they're sort of sorting things out. And I think that accomplishment does start coming through with the Nine of Pentacles. With the Ten of Cups, you get the Six of Cups. Yeah, I think this is what I'm talking about, the past. It's you should be assured of what you've put in, what you've invested in regards to relationships in the past, and that should be enough insurance for you to just allow the cogs to turn. Allow the cogs to turn in your favour in a way, like a little bit like the Wheel of Fortune. With the Ten of Swords, you get the Queen of Wands. Ten of Swords. With the Ten of Wands, you get the Queen of Wands. This is where, you know, she's only carrying one. She's attracting all these lights around her. This is exactly what you should be doing. Don't carry too much. Make yourself as light as possible in regards to your relationships. And get passionate about the moment of being with that person in that moment. That's going to really help you out, I think, enormously. With the Nine of Pentacles, you get the Four of Swords. Yeah, I think it's a healing moment. I think it's a moment where you regroup yourself and you realise what sort of... it's almost like, yeah, it's working. Sort of sensation I'm getting off the Four of Swords. And you're going to feel much more at home. Let's see what's going on with the Seven of Wands. You get the Ten of Cups. Yeah, I think if you force this, if you push this through in regards to your job, your business and your projects, if you're heading on a career path or opening up a business or whatever you're doing, if you really get behind yourself, I think you're going to come out of this, you know, smiling from ear to ear, basically. I think it's going to be really good for you this week, but push it through, Taurus. With the Knight of Wands, you get the World. This is what the universe is bringing to you, a new cycle. And that's what that Fall is going to be all about. It's that leap of faith. We'll probably see this in next week. And the universe here is sort of saying to you, yeah, get passionate about it and you'll get through it. You'll certainly create a lot for you. The Moon, what do we have on the Moon? We have the Five of Cups. This is that sticking point. There's a few things that are just there to annoy you at the moment this week. Do not lose your rag. Do not get upset and everything like that. You know, you don't blame yourself because they just come out of the blue in a way. And it's almost setting you up for a perfect scenario. you know, for you going forward. So don't worry about the past, look to the future. Well, the Hierophant is accompanied with the Tower. I think this is where you step into your power. I really do. And it's almost going to sort of like, it's going to turn heads around you, and it's going to make people kind of go, oh, Taurus is serious. Taurus is serious. And that is what's going to open up the doors for you going forward to this leap of faith. I think this Tower moment is a good thing. It's a realization for you that's going to ignite your passions, that Knight of Wands, through understanding, through mechanical ways of doing things within business and projects and etc. And it's really going to open some really fiery, passionate doors for you going forward. The Fool. This is a card I really want to know about. Let's just see what's going on for you there. You get the Eight of Swords. I think this is a case of being unstuck. I think this complication that you might have had, you know, these niggly little bits of complications, because they're not massive, I don't think, but they are annoying little things. Might be like sand in the, you know, sand in your shoe, or a little stone in your shoe. That's what it's going to be a bit like. And I think this is going to, it's obviously you've had to stop, deal with this, but by the end of the week, it's gonna free itself up, and you're going to be able to just kind of say, okay, now where do we go from here? That's your leap of faith. Yeah, that's your leap of faith. It's going to be really good for you. There's a bit of work to be done, obviously. I have absolute faith in you in doing that, Taurus. There's no worries. But allow your relationships to flourish by themselves. Just nurture them gently as they go through. Being passionate about the moment, I think that's really important. But in the business side, get a bit of a bee in your bonnet, get stuck onto it, and really, yeah, I would force these changes through if I was you. They're coming in quickly. Things, you're going to feel like life is moving quickly, but not really going anywhere. But it's like a car that's spinning, you know, the wheels at the back, and then you take the handbrake off by the end of the week, and you're off. That's what it feels like. Really, really beautiful. I did do the monthly readings, which you'll find on our channel as well. I thank you very much for your support for this this channel and for the Astroflower, for everything that you do. Absolutely beautiful. I will see you soon. Don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.